Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be back with another Young Indian, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Riya. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Riya.
Thank you so much, sir, for the decent introduction. Hello, everyone. I am Riya, a second year student at Lady Shri Ram College for Women, Personal Economics Honors. So, I would like to give my sincere gratitude to you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak. And, sir, as you texted me that you want my profile on this show, I researched about it, saw some of the YouTube channels, and saw some of my seniors are also welcome there. So, I'm very excited to be a part of this journey. And as when I was thinking about what should I talk about, what will be the what should I talk about? So it in essence gives me the sense of reflecting and self introspection, like which is I consider as a very important exercise, like one should do in their life. Okay, what I have done till today, what are my achievements, what am I learning? So it's in essence some give some sort of self introspection, reflection on their life, what they have done. So thank you so much, sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Well, Riya, you are not the only person to say this. In fact, the other day I talked to a retired brigadier, and he said the same thing that,
Oh,
look, it made me think as to who I am, what have I done? What do I want to tell the world about my life of 60 years? What is it about my life or me that stands out? So I had no idea that it would be like this. But it's obvious that if you give somebody 5 or 7 minutes, then it's easy because they will just tell you a few highlights. But if you give people a long time, then they have to really think which part of their life that they want to talk about. So I'm glad that you also got the same feeling. I just want to say you are not alone in this. It's a common feeling. Okay. So let's hear more about you. Let's hear about how you got started, your schooling, etc.
okay. So I coming to my school, I completed my schooling from SGNK Delhi. So I am from Delhi itself. And since my very childhood, I always strive to maintain a balanced routine, academics and extracurricular activities. So I participated in several competitions. I deserved some recognition for them also. And so I always try to maintain a balance in academics and my extracurricular activities. Uh, and when we were always hanky-dory in class 9, and suddenly in class 10th, COVID happened and all our schools are shut. It was complete online mode. Our lectures, our videos are completely on Zoom classes, etc. And so obviously our boards didn't happen because the government cancelled the board. So the result were announced, the results were awarded on the basis of our pre-boards, on the periodic assessment which we had online and offline as well. So and also there is some sort of societal pressure when you score 95 or above. You should take PCM, PCB, doctor banna, engineer banna. But thanks to my parents for giving me this support, they understand it and they were always supportive and encouraged my decision to go in the field of economics and finance. And so leading me to choose commerce with maths in my high school. So I completed my high schooling with commerce and maths background. Yeah, so my high school is a very important phase in my life. Like I was a very dedicated and focused girl who, I know, I always participated in competition, but I was very focused in my 11th and 12th. Okay, boards dene hai. This was the first time which will give boards and 12th. So for boards dene hai, and then we have to prepare for CUET also. We have to get good college, etc., etc. So my high school has taught many important lessons to me, balancing time management, discipline, etc. So my teachers were very, very supportive. They were always encouraged me to do, okay, beta, what you want to do is go ahead with it. If you never try, you never do. Like, just go for it. So my teachers were always very supportive. So I had a very lovely time at my schooling. I had a very lovely time with them, all of them.
Okay, that's nice. But you said you entered some competitions. Why don't you tell us something about the one that you're particularly remembering now that you're out of school?
Okay, so when I was in my class 12, I actually went for a competition. Punjabi declamation. It was an inter-school district level competition, Punjabi declamation, and in which I stood second position. And coming in front of a huge gathering and speaking about it with confidence, it's also communication skills has taught my school has taught me. So it was a lovely experience. All the kids, all the young talented minds were there. We were debating is also competition also there, but cooperation is also there. The students we interact with when we go for a competition always very supportive, very cooperative, and yeah, that was a very lovely experience I had in my class
What's
12.
Punjabi declamation? It was no such thing in my time, so I'm asking, what
So
is
it's
it?
like on they will give you the such judge of panel. They will give you some topic. You have to ideate in 10 to 15 minutes what you're talking about, and then you have to speak about it. And they will give you a certain time limit. Okay, this is 10 to 15 minutes, or maybe 7 8 minutes, depends upon the circumstances. So you have to speak about that topic. You have to give a speech sort of thing in front of people.
And what's Punjabi about it?
It's in Punjabi language. It's like
Oh, it's in
language competition.
Punjabi. Do
Yeah,
you
it's in
remember what
English, Hindi, Punjabi. So I
do you
participated. So I
remember
come
what
from a
the
culture.
do you remember what the topic was?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, okay. Can you please pause here? Like I forgot the topic.
Okay, doesn't matter. Can you give us a little talk in Punjabi at some point so that we can hear how you spoke at that time? Not now, anytime we are confident. But anyway, how did you, what happened when you left high school? How did you decide to do economics? What was the incentive and so on? What happened?
Okay. So in my high school, I always had a keen interest in economics and maths and obviously accountancy. So I had three options. Either I'll go for economics, or I'll go for actuarial science, or I'll go for CA as usual, BCom honors, BCom honors. So since economics has always been my first priority, so when I gave my CUET exams, the exam which is conducted by NTA for the all the undergrad courses in the Indian country. So when we give the CUET exam, so my first priority was economics honors. Second was BCom honors. Like I was very much into, like, my teachers were very supportive. As I mentioned, they taught me very they explain the topics very very easily, so that enhanced my not and under my wait, I'm going there. Can you please stop?
We are back from the pause. It's not uncommon for young Vidped speakers to be a bit nervous, and sometimes their train of thought gets lost. It happens frequently, and it's part of life. The real issue is, can you bounce back from it? And I'm sure that Riya can bounce back from it. So let's hear from her again. So, Riya, please go back to where you were. Let's go.
Okay, thank you, sir. So since I was talking about the Punjabi declamation that I won at
Yeah.
in my high school. So it was conducted in Punjabi. It was conducted in all the language, English, Hindi, and Punjabi. So I participated in Punjabi one, and at the district level we stood second position, and it was a very lovely experience interacting with the people there out.
Okay. And after this, you had shifted to talking about your various exams like CUET, etc., how you prepared for it. And so tell us more about it.
Okay, sir. So the CUET is conducted by NTA. It's for getting admission to all the undergrad courses. So basically the CBSE syllabus and the CUET syllabus is exactly the same. There's no much huge difference between it. If you have studied your boards, the CUET exam is also going to be same. So it's just that CUET is completely MCQ format, and while CBSE is both formative as well as subjective. So yeah, so since we have already covered the syllabus and everything, so there's nothing new to be read about. So all the day we were just practicing. In group discussion, we were discussing some MCQs. We were doing problem solving. So we have actually made a Telegram group. So in Telegram group, we used always we have made this time to 2 to 3. We'll be doing BST quiz. In 4 to 5, we'll be doing economics quiz. and 6 to 8 we were doing maths, etc., etc. So we actually made a timetable in our Telegram group. So okay, this is the time all of us will become online, and we will practice, because since we have already covered the syllabus, right? In our boards, we have done all these things. There's no point of studying all the things back. So it's more about the practice, and COT, sir, is not a knowledge-based exam. For me, especially for all of us, my seniors can agree that it's a time management exam. Like if you know how to manage your time, if you know how to tackle the problem, if you know, okay, this is the problem and how to solve it in a quick way, you are good to go. So it's all about time management. The time management is also one of the things we learn in COT. And COT was conducted for more than 1.5 months, but due to God's grace, my exam was over within the first 10 days. So I had ample amount of time before my college will reopen and I'll start my first year. So I don't want to waste that time. So since my schooling, like from my 10th standard only, I had a great passion for geography subject, but due to my reason due to my interest, later it leads me to commerce. I left the subject geography, but in my high school again I started reading about after my high school was over, I started reading about some articles, some articles and some books regarding geography, etc. And also, like, I was passion for economics and finance. I read a lot of articles regarding that, also how geopolitics affect trade, how what's globalization, inflation, etc. So I learned a lot of articles regarding that also, because I don't want to waste any time just because my exams were over. I want to utilize every minute of it, and I hope I justify the time.
Well, it looks like you did do a good job of managing your time, because and I'm really glad to hear you say, first time I've heard it, that CUET is about time management, not about content. Because I think what you're saying is that once you have the content, then the next step is to manage your time. Right? Because if you don't have if you don't have the information, if you don't have that knowledge, the time management is no use. The time management is used only when you actually already know what it's to be written or
Yeah.
to be done or answered. And that's not enough. You also need time management. Okay, great. So you did well in that exam, even though it was all chaos in your life because you were young and it was COVID, you were stuck at home. But you still formed a group, Telegram group, and you sorted your life out. It's very encouraging to hear young people say that, look, the world was in chaos, but I found a way through it, which you did, right? That, look, this is how we are going to get to our next step. So tell us about the next step.
Okay, sir. So when our COD was over, we have the CSAS phase, for which was introduced by Delhi University to take admission in Delhi University colleges. So I applied through them, and it was three-phase admission process. First phase is filling our details, account details, and our name, our father's name, our board's mark sheet, etc., etc. And the second phase, the most important phase in CSAS, where we actually have to fill up preference and for the college as well as for the course, like, okay, this course I have to pursue in this college, this course I
Right,
have to pursue in this college.
right.
You are saying something, sir?
No, I'm fine. I'm listening.
Okay, okay. So, like, okay, which also leads us to very important, very confusing dilemma. What should we choose?
Yeah.
We should go out course or college? Like, which one should we prioritize? Course
Yeah.
versus.
Yeah. So how did you decide? Or actually, you got a good college anyway, so it was not a real dilemma for you, right?
Yeah, so I personally, I prioritize my course over my college. Like, okay, marks तो ठीक है, कोई भी कोई तो मिल ही जाएगा. But I prioritize my course. Okay, what I look myself after 5 years, what I have to do now. So is this a subject? If I got a very good college, but if I do not get the subject I want to study, will I that be happy? So the
Yeah.
answer was the big no. Like, I prioritize my course. Okay, this is the course I want to do, and in
Yeah.
this particular college. And with God's grace, I got my very first preference. I got LSR. So yeah, it
Okay.
worked out for me.
So why was LSR the first preference? I mean, there are many
It's
colleges in Delhi, so why LSR? Since you said so strongly it was your first preference, why?
yeah. So the every college is not, we always admire the iconic structure, but college is college because of its student community. Students who are studying there. So I had already many seniors who are studying there. At the same time, the student community, the professors, the encouraging environment that LSR provides to young women to, it's the magic of LSR, the aroma of the college that empowers us to be who we are. And we are just be ourselves in the college. So I researched about it. I searched a lot on YouTube, Google, etc., to learn about more about all the colleges, and I came to know, okay, this is the place where I belong to. This is the place where I can be who I am. So that's was one of the reasons why I prioritized the LSR. Like, it was my first preference.
Okay, I get
I
it.
had other colleges also, but like filling out the preference list was a big dilemma, as like I have said. So I was very in dilemma ki which one I should prioritize, whether LSR, Miranda, Stephen, resources, etc., etc. So I was like, okay. So I researched a lot. We had ample amount of time filling the CSAS portal. So I researched a lot. I searched a lot. It's like, okay, this is a place I belong to. This is a place I can be myself. So that's the reason I prioritize LSR.
Okay, so what was your number 2 and 3?
My number 2 was Miranda House. Number 3 was Stephens. Okay, people will blame me why I put Stephens at third, but yeah, it was my preference.
Okay, fine. I'm not questioning you. I'm
No,
just
no.
asking that what was the second and third. Okay, fine. Many people have told me that Stephens was their number 1 or Miranda was
Yeah,
number 1,
completely
but
agree.
it's fine. Okay, so but when you arrived in LSR, it was not online by now. Was it online or offline in the
It
classes?
was offline, sir. So at that time it was offline.
So that was a welcome change for you, right, to go to LSR.
Yes, sir.
So you have spent 1 year. How do you find it?
It's been amazing for me. It's amazing for all of us. The professors who were very supportive, always encouraging to do us better and better each passing day. The friends, the peers I had made, the friendships I have forged, the memories we are making continue to make me the person who I am, and to better, and polish my nature, to polish me. And the friends, the student community, the professors, the supportive environment, each and every person that LSI empowers you, encourages you to be yourself, and how you become a better version of yourself. So that's been my amazing learning. I still remember the day, 16th of August, was my first day at college. We had a college orientation schedule on 16 August. When I reached my college with my father, so when our car stopped at Lady Shri Ram College, I said, okay, it's like a dream coming true moment for all of us. Like, stopping the car at a college gate. And then we had a words of wisdom by our principal, Professor Sharma. And we had college orientation, department orientation. It was still refreshing in my mind. And it's been a lovely experience being here for almost a year. And I'm currently, today is my second year. Today is my first day of second year, actually. So I just reached back home at my college. So it's still today, it's very interesting. Each day we go to college with a passion, like, okay, aaj kuch karna hai. Okay, we'll do something today. We'll make out this day great. So it's always this passion, this dedication within all the LSR women, all the LSRs out there who are determined to achieve their goals, who are the college empowers the students to be themselves who they are, and that's what the magic of LSR looks like.
Okay. What societies have you joined, if any?
Okay, so I have joined 4, 5 societies in my first year, and in my second year also I'm holding 2, 3 PORs in college level. So I joined economics
What's a
club. It
POR, by the way? What's a POR?
responsibilities you are holding as a president, vice president, head, subhead of a
Okay.
college society.
All right. Okay. So tell us about it.
Okay, so currently, so I'm holding 2 PORs. I applied for one more also. Let's wait for this result. So worst is I recently got appointed as national president for Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So for social security and reforms council. So I'm currently serving it's as a national president uh, with a student community of more than 400 students. Like, we have vice president, we have other state president, their council members, leading all over them. It has taught me again very good leadership skills that will stay in my life. So along with that, I am currently holding POR of head of public relationship teams. So of Girl Up 21st Century Girls, which is an initiative launched by UN Foundation. So in that, managing managing the ties with other Gala communities, with the UN, with the organizing seminars, enhancing communication skills, maintaining good public image within the society. That's again a very important skill that I've done it.
Wonderful. Okay. What tips do you have for young people who are in 11th or 12th?
Okay. So guys, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay. We all have made a very important decision, very tough one to choose which stream we should go after. Like when I was in 10th, I was literally very, very confused. Like all of my friends had some idea and they went, okay, they are going for humanities, somebody is going for science. They all had answers, and I do not have any answer. Okay, till January, I had no answer. Ki which stream should I go for? I was very confused. I like science also. I like commerce also. I like geography also. It's like which one should I take? I cannot go with everyone. It's okay not to be okay. And then I introspected myself. So introspect yourself, find your interest, where your passion lies, and how do you project yourself after next 5 to 6 years. That will help you a lot to choose the right stream for you, because it will gonna decide your career, it will gonna decide your life. Ki, okay, what will you do after your college? What will you do after your high school is over? So choose a stream very, very wisely. Focus on academics. Okay, focus on your health. Number one priority should be your health, because if your health is not okay, you cannot study, you cannot go out with parties with your friends, with your family. So prioritizing your health is very important. That's something I neglected in my schooling, and I suffered a lot actually. After that, I actually suffered a lot. And so prioritize your health, prioritize your family, prioritize your relationships, your family, your friends, and your loved ones who are around here, you and there. And academics as usual, because that will gonna decide your career ultimately, where you will lead. Okay, so manage all these things, and always remember it's okay not to be okay.
Okay. All right. Have you met people from other cities and towns at LSR, or is it mainly Delhi people?
So LSR is a mini India. I'm telling you, LSR is a mini India. We have people all across the country. I have friends from Uttar Pradesh, from Punjab, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha. I have people from Rajasthan. Like it's a mini India. LSR we call, when we are friends talking to each other, we generally call LSR as a mini India. Okay, where we are a mini India, because it's so much diversity and the inclusivity of the college. Like we all feel as one. Like it is a very famous dialogue of SRK that मुझे ना देश के नाम सुनाई देता दिखाई देता बस एक नाम देता है, that's India. So LSR is sort of brings a lot of diversity and inclusivity in the college that makes the college what it is today. So we
Okay.
have people across the India.
Wonderful. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
So actually, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay. So since you have done your master's from DSC, Delhi School of Economics, and your PhD from MIT, so can you please trace us your experience to MIT? And since now you are residing at US, so how has been your experience till today?
Okay. I'll answer the question. First thing is that it was a very, very different world when I was young compared to you. Okay. You can't imagine how different it was. We were totally clueless. We had no information whatsoever, and we had no facilities whatsoever. The whole college had one telephone for the whole college, and it didn't work most of the time. So we had no information to even know where to even communicate with anybody. Okay. So we were totally in our own life and with our friends and nothing else. We did not, you read the newspaper and that's about it. There was no real TV at all. Nobody had a TV set, nothing. So we were living in an information, today what we would call as an information vacuum. So you couldn't, what you said, you did the research and all, there was no research. You just went along some path, hoping it was the right path. You had no knowledge at all. Okay. I mean, what was the syllabus of Delhi school like after your BA? Nobody knew. We never saw a syllabus. We had no idea what they teach. We just knew that Delhi school is a very good place to go to. Okay, fine. So you get admitted, you go there, and you get shocked by how hard the courses are because nobody told you. There were no seniors to talk to. Maybe there were some, but they were not interested. So it was a very difficult, in that sense, life. At the same time, competition was much less than what you have today. So people who today would be called as mediocres were doing well. Because that mediocrity was the norm, let's put it this way, not the top. Okay, so fine, okay, you manage. Then the question was like, for me, what should I do? I actually wanted to go back to Jaipur for 1 year. So though I didn't have a job, I went back and I did get a teaching job. And then, we applied for admission abroad, but we had no clue. We had no money to pay the application fee. And they understood that. But you had to write a letter saying, please send me an application form. I have no money to pay the application fee. And there was no dollars available in India at that time. How would you pay it anyway, even if you had the rupees? And it was completely ignorant. So, like, you're talking about preparing for the exams. There is one test you have to take called GRE for a master's or PhD in USA. I'd never seen a GRE test when I took it. I just, what to do? You just walk in and they give you this test and you say, okay, fine. No preparation, nothing, just do it, okay. So that was sort of, and then you go to US, you have no idea what it's like. You have no idea what they teach, because how will you know? There's no print available, there's no book available, nothing. So, but you have the confidence of lack of competition. Okay, I'm great. So you go there and you've been well prepared and you actually manage the courses and it's all right, we can do it. You learn to live in another country which you have no idea how it works. You have no idea what is sold where. You have nothing. It's complete blank. Okay, so there are people around you who will help you and guide you. Takes long time to get used to it. It's not like you walk in with any knowledge. You have no idea of what's happening where, how to eat, how to drink, what to do, and you have no money because, when you go, those days when you went from India, I literally, your families had no money, and even if they had money, you couldn't take that many dollars out. So you were poor. So it was difficult, but let us say it was not difficult. At that time, it was okay. We could manage. Okay. So life was not so tough and it was quite enjoyable. And actually, for me personally, enjoyable because after I had been there for 2 years at MIT, my future wife, also came as a student at MIT. So it was great. And we eventually got married, and she's also Indian. And since then, we have lived in the US, and it has been a comfortable and productive life. And it has been, what should I say, allowed me, as you said, LSR allowed you to be yourself. USA allowed me to be myself in the sense that I was always a bit unconventional and I could live and be successful without having a job by just being independent and being able to find work on the basis of my ability to do the work, not because I had a job. And to be able to think and create new things which didn't exist anywhere. And one of them is this channel. Even at this age, I mean, it's completely improbable to say, if you ask the question, what is the chance that a 70 plus man who has lived 50 years or more in the US can launch a channel for under 20 years old people in India, okay, who are younger than his children? So the answer is the probability is not there at all. How can they do it? How can he know what's happening in their minds? How can he understand them? How can he even relate to? But you can. And so this has been sort of what my life has been, to think fresh, to think start from scratch everywhere, think completely new. And the US allowed me to be like that. Nobody would ask me, why don't you have a job? And what the heck are you doing? Only my mother-in-law would once in a while say, so when will you ever get a job? I don't want my daughter to go hungry. I'd say, no, don't worry about it. I will earn money. Don't worry about it. So that's what has been the case, that it has allowed me to remain in touch with India, to be more in touch with young Indians than anybody else, I can say. By now, I've heard more than 500 young Indians, heard, not talked to. I don't think there's anybody who can say that. So this is what the US allowed me to do, to be myself and not have to uh, follow rules or regulations. And it's not that I don't like work. I like to work. I work very hard. Even now I'm working 50, 60 hours a week. So I like to work. I like to do my work. I do good work, but I just don't want to have it on somebody else's terms. Just I'll do it. So that, in short, is what India prepared me to be, and my family prepared me to be, because much of what happens to you depends on, now everybody knows that it's the family that's as important as what you do when you are teenagers and above. Family background was that learning was in the air. Nobody told you to study. Just it was understood that you are going to study. There's no pressure whatsoever. And then the parents, it was just understood. There's nothing. Okay, so that's life. Very lucky, very privileged to have had such a life. And now I'm looking to give back to young people in India some power. Okay, that's enough of a long answer from me, I hope. But if you have some other point, I'd be happy to discuss.
Thank you, sir, for this amazing response. So I have one more question. Like, you started this series of Vidpeds. So what was the initial stage in life that you started? Okay, this is something I should start this series.
No, I never work like that. For me, it's always a thought that comes to me at night. I wake up with it. I never know what new thought is going to come. It just comes. And there's a context to everything. And after the pandemic, the context is this. After the pandemic, everybody became used to video. Okay, that's one thing. And it was no longer a mystery as to what video is. Before the pandemic, we didn't use video at all or much. Even WhatsApp didn't have video and so on. So what video became part of our life. Number two, as a result of that, I was able to talk to young people in India more during the pandemic, college talks and so on. I took LSR students, Kalindi students, other students, professional talks. Then I realized that they are more keen to listen to YouTube videos than to read newspaper op-eds. I used to try to write news. I thought one day I woke up last year and said, why not woke up? It's sort of dawning on me. Why don't you do YouTube op-eds for yourself? Put your own opinions out. The young people will listen to them and they won't read what you write in Times of India. So I launched this channel for myself. And then one day I woke up and said, it's meant for yourself and young people. Where are the young people? Why don't you include them? No one told me. And I didn't sit down to think about it. It came. And it was clear to me that by then that I talked to enough young people that they're very good. It was also clear to me that the Indian society doesn't know how good they are and doesn't recognize it. So I said, okay, I'm going to change it. I'm always looking to do something. I said, okay, I'll change it. I'll create a channel. In this channel, I'll also have young people talk about themselves. And we'll break all the rules and we'll just do it. And luckily, I had a base already of young people at that time with me, following me on Quora.com and LinkedIn. So there was no need to go out and search. The base was already there. There were plenty of young people. So I could write to them and say, hey, this is the channel. Do you want to come? They say, what am I going to talk about? I say, I don't know. It is going to be decided by young people. I'm not going to put a format. I'm not going to put any rules. I'm not going to put any regulations. I'm just saying it is your chance to talk about what you want to talk about. And for some time, I couldn't define my role, but within a month, I said, I'm a participatory listener. Now, this is a completely new concept, but it's there. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. And I'm participating by listening, not by talking. So then within a month, the format was sort of evolving, and here we are. It's working. But there was never any plan. There was never any roadmap. There was never any consultation. There was never any discussion. Because who could I talk to? It was completely new. Right? It was completely crazy. So if you ask anybody, they would say, go back, they would tell you to go back to the norm. Oh, you should do the way it is done. I said, I'm not going to do it the way it's done. I'm going to do it what I want to do. So, Riya, here we are. So, this is sort of the lesson to young people also, that think from first principles. What is to be done here? Don't look at what others have done. Don't try to say, people say, look outside the box, work outside the box. I might say, go into a situation where there is no box. You create the box. Don't let this outside the box thing trap you into minor changes. Make it your own. And LSR is empowering you. There's this magic of LSR. And indeed, there is. I've talked to many seniors from LSR who are still involved in me in some way. And there is a good magic there. And part of the magic should be that you are what you are, and you think in your own way, and you act in your own way. So, sorry, too long a talk from me. It's your turn to talk. So go ahead.
Yes, sir, that's all from my side. Thank you so much for giving me this exciting opportunity. I'm so grateful to you actually that you gave me this opportunity to come and speak about my journey so far. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
So let's end it here. And once you are, finished, graduated, or done something else, come back and tell us how life has been. Okay.
Oh,
We'd
sure,
be
sir.
glad to hear about it. Okay, so let's end it here for the recording today. Bye, everybody. I'm so glad Riya told us all about it, her journey. And there was a little bit of nervousness, but as you know, this is a training ground also for young people. That is part of the aim. And if they are nervous, they won't be nervous next time. It's better to be nervous today when you are still young. Make your mistakes when you are young. Don't make them when you are old. Get so that you can recover and you can do well. If you become nervous when you are 35 years old, it's a disaster. If you are nervous when you are 18, 19 years old, it's welcome, because you will bounce back. So she has bounced back. She has asked questions. She's done well. I'm really happy to have talked to her. And let's say bye now, and I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye, everybody.